What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Sweat It Out podcast. Today we have a very special and fun guest that we've been waiting to bring on for quite a while. He is located here in our hometown of Miami, and I'll tell you right now, this is the best experience a grown-up can have, and he says it loud and proud. And I'll tell you right now, we're about to dive deep into his jungle. Guys, help us welcome the one and only Mike Orangutan. What's up, brother?
Damn, brother, what an intro. Means a lot, brother. Means a lot. Thank you for having me. What an honor.
Man, I got to say, anytime, brother. And we definitely look forward to this one, and we can't wait to dive into a lot of different topics around, how you started to, your transformation and where you're at today. So maybe you could take us back and let us know, was Mike always Mike, this creator, and implementing this style of art that you do? Or was this something that evolved itself through time?
Well, the project Orangutan per se evolved by itself. And I was a content creator before we created Orangutan. Let's say I was a content creator. I used to do all type of photography. I was a graphic designer, web developer for, let's say, 8 years, 9 years. And then I got frustrated with that project and I wanted to create Orangutan. When we created Orangutan, it was supposed to be to work with no expectations, just creative freedom. And I took the marketing lessons that I learned from the other company, working with agencies, record labels, artists. I used to do events too, all type of work, working for money, basically. And I applied. When Instagram came, I saw the potential and I applied to Instagram, and it became a game of attention and provocateurism, and the game that we play still. And the project evolved because I was curious in connecting with women with no expectations. I didn't want to set up the shoots. I didn't want to program the shoots. I wanted to be creative freedom, to have creative freedom. And little by little, I started learning a lot about how women felt and confidence, and the concept of the project started changing. It became an experience more than the photos per se or itself. So now it's just a movement, and it's this crazy thing that people don't understand, and that's part of it, the mysteriousness of what the Orangutan experience is.
Did you ever expect this to get to where it's at today?
Yeah. I was not specifically here. I didn't imagine what's happening right now. But at some point in my life, I'm about to turn 40 now. At some point in my life, when I was young, me and my dad, we became homeless. And I had to overcome a lot of things. And I became very, very arrogant when I was an adolescent. And that gave me confidence to conquer whatever I want. And when you have that confidence, you believe whatever you're gonna do, you're not gonna drown. Basically, we were homeless, and it was a very hard time, and it took me like 5 years to conquer my reality at that time, and that gave me a lot of confidence. And every time I was doing something that I loved, I'm a very obsessive person, so I was conquering it. So when I created Orangutan, I knew I was gonna be. I was just looking for like my iPod. For Apple, they created the iPod, and it was an amazing, milestone for them. I was looking for my iPod, and I didn't know what it was. So I believe Orangutan is like my iPod, but like that's what made me, what I'm today.
Well, brother, I'm going to tell you right now, you have definitely set yourself apart, and you stick out in the industry, which I definitely want to dive into two things here. So I want to talk a little bit about, you mentioned it went from photo and video to an experience, right? And it's a mysterious experience. One that leaves people wondering, what is going on? Like, I want to know. I want to go over there. What is this? Can you walk us through that? And then can you show us, how did you create such a powerful brand? Like, what was your elements, your pieces to be able to build such a powerful brand, which I'm sure can help a lot of people out here?
Yes. When I started the project, I didn't have a way to express how I got here. Now I believe I always, since I grew up without a mom. So, and like most men when we're young, we're afraid of women. So I was very obsessed in conquering a mother figure and a mating partner. So through all my life, when I was an adolescent, I was obsessive with this. I was like, my best friends are women. I was very connected with women. And when I created Orangutan, I believe it was an unconscious way for me to, appreciate women. I've been trying to appreciate women, and I want women to see me. I think that's what most people want. And when we created the Orangutan Project, it was just a way for me to appreciate them through what I learned to be a content creator visually. So I was naturally creating, giving an experiences to everyone I was shooting, whether I was shooting a famous person or whether I was shooting a regular person that just wanted photos for them. And what I noticed was that people were coming back to shoot with me, even though they didn't like the photos sometimes. And that gave me a science, and that taught me that people were not coming to me to have content because I was not because I was a good creator. It was just because I was giving them a good experience. People will really appreciate it. And on social media, we're just playing a game where I shoot people that have exposure, people that look attractive for society, and that gives me a validation to give the experience to other people. And that's just a game that I play. I'm very conscious of that. So that I don't think I'm a good creator. I don't think I'm I don't think I'm good per se. I just think I like to appreciate people because I'm an ignorant brother. Any story for me is an amazing story if you know how to say it. Yeah.
No, and the way that you project your story and social and the way people see it, it's a great story that you have, and it's a great dynamic that you and your wife have. How big of a role has she played in developing with each other, with your career, with your business? Like a lot of people, you don't see that too often where you have that happy marriage of both your business and your spouse, and you're both helping each other because you can see it moving towards one direction. Like how did that first start, and how do you guys manage all these different things that you have going on?
Oh, a lot of questions, brother. For me, my wife is like, she's like my goal. I say, I have a cousin that when we were young, when he was 7 years old, he was playing with an airplane, a little airplane. And he was repeating, I want to be a pilot. I'm going to be a pilot. We're now 40 and he is a pilot. And a lot of people that you know who you are when you're young. I wanted to have a family. That's the equivalent for me. His plane was I wanted to have a family. I come from a very broken home, like most people. And I just wanted to conquer a family. When Christina came into my life, she allowed me to be me. And little by little, even though we are conservative people, we come from traditional Latino backgrounds, together, we have been able to evolve our mentality and let us be each other. We know that each of us have different needs in life, and we just help each other accomplish any goal, even if it's the weirdest goal. But the feeling of helping someone get accomplished, it's incredible because you create a teammate for life. We don't see each other as like she's mine, or I used to be like that because of, I was raised with religion and Catholic and stuff. But now we took it to a point where we're teammates, and we're gonna help each other, accomplish our different goals. And that's how I know this concept was realized, because she allowed me to be me. I want to appreciate women for the rest of my life. That's what I love, bro. And I don't have any other need that being surrounded by women. That's my reality. And it's a natural thing. I think what's happening is, I'm just being me. And it's the cliche of telling any entrepreneur, don't have money in your mind. Just have whatever your ambition is, your hobby, you want to monetize it. Focus on being the best. It's a cliche. I'm the best. I want to be the best of appreciating women. And if I'm creatively, I'm going to find a way to monetize it. because I learned when I was young. When I was homeless, I learned how to make money. And so I'm going to find a way to creatively make money of whatever I love.
Well, it's interesting because you took your passion and you found a vehicle that can drive the passion that you have, which is the content and the creating, driving the passion of being around the women and putting yourself in that because that's what you're passionate about. And it's just really interesting the way you format it, because it is kind of that kind where a lot of people will chase the other thing around the vehicle and they're not fueling the passion. But if you fuel the passion, the vehicle will move. If you have the right if you find the right vehicle and put it in place, the vehicle will move and drive you money.
It's crazy. Something I learned when I was young. I'm like a pseudo philosopher for life. My dad was always like a preacher to me, like always giving me advice, and I think I have that in me too. I see that you cannot focus on the money, because the money is never the goal for anyone. You cannot do anything with money. You can only my goal is to have a house, let's say. If my money is to have if my goal is to have money, whenever you're gonna have expectations. You're gonna have expectations, and you're gonna have your heart broken all the time, because you cannot calculate the journey. You can only have the goal set in mind. What I want a house. How I'm gonna get the house? I'm gonna find a way. But if you focus on money, you're always gonna get disappointed, because life. You cannot calculate the journey, brother. You only know where you're going. You have to find a way to get there. So you're not gonna be disappointed because I want a house. I don't care how I get the house. Most people are like, okay, I'm gonna do a plan. I'm gonna get into this job, work for 10 years, and then when I have the money, dude, you're gonna get thrown out of the job. Maybe you're not gonna get the job. The goal can never be the money. And also, money, you can have sex with money. You cannot talk to money. You cannot do anything with money. Money can never be the goal. Money can never be, it can never be a goal. You cannot teach that to your brain. You have to have a lot of goals and find a way to make them happen, brother. But never focus on the money, because that's just a resource to get what you want.
Oh, amen. And I think a lot of people do get caught up in the money. And especially people who have the social stigma of going into content creation or going into videography, or you're doing what you're doing. Most people will say, "Oh, that's not the traditional way to make the riches or set their own career." And you've went over status quo, because look at where you're at today. Look what you've been able to create and the inspiration that you've made for a lot of people who are in this industry, and even people in Miami that I know that even talk about you. So I wanted to ask you this question that I wrote down. What do you feel, and I want this to be targeted towards people who are up and coming and want to get into this space and looking at you for inspiration. How long did it take you to get to where you're at? And what was, I guess, your big break that you said, wow, all this hard work, and today I feel this is where it paid off? Like, what was that moment that you're like, wow, okay, I'm here?
I really don't remember, because my feeling of accomplishment happened when the day I got married. Everything else, I see it like I'm on borrowed time. That's why I feel so amazing, because I feel accomplished when I got married. Everything else, I'm just playing. But let's say when it comes to exposure in social media, I remember 2 years into the project of Orangutan, that was like 8 years ago, or 6 years ago. And I was friends with an influencer called Lele Pons, and she showed me a message of Drake saying, "Who the fuck is this orangutan?" And I was like, damn, brother, famous people are talking about this project. It's crazy. Yeah. And then I started, a lot of famous people were reaching out to me because of the women. In the competition in society for men, women have so much power. They see me surrounded by women, and they think, this guy made it. Also, I have an amazing wife, and she allows me to be surrounded by women and be appreciating women. So that gives me a perceptive power, but I'm nothing special. And because I have no intent other than just being surrounded by women, that's why it happens. But people see the women as a currency, and it's crazy. And I'm consciously using it because it's a game. It's like women have the attention. Nobody's looking at me. They're just looking at women. And it's interesting. Women look at women to compete. I want to be like her. I want to be better than her. It's just like a hard competition. And men, we're trying to mate. It's a natural, we're animals, brother. So we're trying to mate with women. It's a natural thing. Women have the power. That's the way it is.
What's crazy too is that I think the most important thing is that, you know, finding whatever it is that you do that fuels your passion is finding that partner that wants to fuel it with you.
Oof.
Wants to fuel it with you. And this is any industry, your industry, our industry, any industry, is finding that person that's going to support and fuel your passion. Because without that, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work at all.
No, having a teammate. We all need a teammate for life. It doesn't have to be your wife. It could be your brother, whoever. But we all need someone. With the days that we're down, help me back up, brother. And the days you're down, I'll help you. You help me constantly. Marriage is a beautiful idea because, you know, we need a man and a woman to procreate us. We need the species to still exist. But in life, we need teammates. And more than teammates, we need a tribe. That's a cliche also. We need a tribe. We need people that accept us around us and help us grow. Because I have had a hard childhood, I removed all my blood family, most of my blood family from my life. It was an influence that it was not bringing me forward. I was not accepted. I was a weird kid. I barely went to high school. I'm learning about life right now. I'm studying academia through books now and intellectual people. But society has been telling me, no, I'm not enough since the day I was born, brother. So I've been looking for a family on the road, and I create a family. Now I have a lot of sisters and mothers and, you know, my wife and people around me that I feel amazing, brother. And I'm also now connecting with men. Also my friends now have best friends because I was very confrontative with other men. Because, you know, I feel like I'm an alpha, and I always had a hard time. I was never the dude that was, let's go with the dudes to have beers and stuff. I was just a guy that wanted to go to the clubs and conquer women. I wanted to be a player. I don't know. That's just how most men wanted to be. I was just obsessively just doing that because I was not doing anything else. I didn't want to be an architect or whatever. I love art. I was raised alone in my house, watching movies every day. It was me and my dad, he left at 6 a.m. and came back home at 11 p.m. every day. He hates being at home. And he's the craziest dude.
And you know what? There's something interesting that you're saying about how you were before, the Mike you were before. When did you start investing in your mindset to change it to where you're at this point right now where, speaking to you, I feel enlightened because you are making great points into the developments. I think every man in our culture, we don't really talk about these things, and we're not very honest about how women are and the dynamics. When did you get that revelation and start investing that mindset to developing it? Because unfortunately, a lot of guys fall into this.
Yeah.
Especially when you're young, you're trying to compete for women and to do all this competition, and then the moment you stop competing, everything starts coming to you, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, this career is amazing because it helped me open my mind so much. I started meeting a lot of people. I've shot 1,000 and something women, and I see patterns, and I study the patterns, and I see, dude, everybody's just going through the same thing. Whether you have money or no, whether you think you're attractive or no, we're all going through the same things. Another thing is that I always had this artist lingo. I was like, I appreciate art and I appreciate visuals. But in this career also, I started meeting famous creators and famous people. And I saw, like, not that it's an act, but I saw that most people was not able to remove the artist hat. And whenever I was having a conversation with them, it was all romantic, and it was all a little bit of, can I swear here? Bullshit? Can I say bullshit?
You can say whatever you want.
Say whatever you want.
Okay. It was a little bit of bullshit. It's like people are selling things. It's like they expect me to say, Mike, what do you do? Well, I appreciate the body of women and the art. And I do. But I'm being honest. I love women, brother, like most men do. And I find a way to appreciate them. And I love visuals, and I'm good with content creation. So I find a way to merge the thing. But orangutan is not my artistic vision. Orangutan is just my ability to create content, something that I learned through shooting commercial work and with record labels and stuff, and I apply it to this so I can connect with women. It's not a lot of photographers now, because it's created a trend that they use a career only to hook up with women, and that's not my intent. My intent is to appreciate women. Naturally, you're gonna connect, but you cannot be fake with who you are. A lot of people, they just do things to get something else, and you're lying to yourself. But dude, I'm doing my best to be honest. I can speak in artist language too, but that's what taught me, dude, just be honest constantly, honest. Because, and also, my dad, we grew up in Latin America, and my dad was an amazing seller. So lies, manipulative lies is part of negotiations. And I grew up like that. Well, I grew up very manipulative and knowing how to persuade. And I realized, dude, I hate having to lie to find my way into conquering things. What if I turn it and I'm extremely honest, and that's how I talk now. I see whenever I want to have a good relationship with someone, I tell them, use me and I'll use you. That's a friendship. If I make you laugh, you're using me. If you give me something, I'm using you. We're gaining something. Use me, dude. Let's use each other. But if you're just taking from me, you're the person just telling me I'm not good enough. Dude, we're not friends. You're just taking from me. Use me. We're all using each other for our benefits. We all need to win-win. And I try to use a very, cold language, very literal language. So I just want to be honest. And I think honesty works. I tell women, I'm very honest in everything I say. And I learned that through honesty, brother, you conquer easier. You conquer whatever you want.
All day.
All I'm gonna say is that level of awareness, number one, that you've shown, and the honest factor that you're pushing out here, and it goes to show why you're having so much success as well. And it is so true. When you're honest and aware at your core, that's where you're gonna see a lot of shifts happen in your life, and why you've been able to evolve into what you've done with your brand, with your career, with your passion. And I think it's remarkable, man. It's really remarkable. I want to ask you, man, what is a day in the life of Orangutan, in the sense when, from morning to the end, like preparing the stuff, walk us through a day. Like, what does your day look like, man?
Today, for the last 3 years, it's been the same since I've obsessively learned about nutrition and optimization, human optimization, how I feel. I wake up in the morning, I dedicate an hour and a half to my vein aesthetics and how I feel and my, my nutrition. I look at myself in the mirror, not because I was fat till 3-4 years ago. I was huge.
I saw your transformation, man. It's
Thank you.
Impressive, man. And your wife too.
Yeah. We both evolved crazy. And I have this analogy that I look at myself in the mirror and I appreciate myself and I say, dude, this body that you have right now, I feel like I have a borrowed body. It's not my body. I still feel like I'm the fatty guy from 3 years ago, and I have this amazing body and I have to use it, because I don't know where it's going to go away. So I dedicate a lot to myself. I have this belief that we're all naturally superficial because we perceive the world with the eyes, and Latinos, we are very vain. We're all vain. They're just different levels. My dad was super vain. He was always going to the gym. He was getting his nails done, and he influenced that to me. So I want to take care of myself, because that shows, people around me that I care about me. When I was fat and I was successful only professionally, I didn't feel amazing. And I was conquering financial stability. I conquered my wife, but I was missing something. And I was having this amazing career and I was not enjoying it. So I needed to conquer, taking care of myself. So every morning I dedicate an hour and a half to my, just work out. I look at myself in the mirror for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, am I doing good? just obsessively, because I want to make sure I keep on it. And also I don't want to go back to that dude that I was. So
Totally.
I want to make sure, dude, let's do this again today. So I wake up in the morning, then me and my wife, we don't talk until like 10 a.m. I need my space and she needs her space, so we don't have any influence in each other. No problems yet. After that, we have meetings, or we talk about the future of the company. We have different companies. In the afternoons, 3-4 times a week, we have shoots. The other times a week, we have to manage the other companies. They're all part of what we call the Orangutan universe. My idea was to create a universe, like a dome with different things that will help me optimize, and I have to create content for myself, for my own brands. So I would never have to be told what to do. Because when I was working with famous people, they were telling me what to do, and it didn't feel like a collaboration. I didn't feel the respect. Content creators don't have the respect unless you have the fame, and fame gives you validation, sadly, and that's the reality. So I wanted to create a universe where I don't have to work for anyone else. And whenever I shot a famous person, that person they just give me power to make someone that has never been called beautiful or appreciated. I have that power because I see it. I shoot women that society has told them they're ugly. And for some reason, I have that power. And if I tell you you're beautiful, only because I've shot people that you admire, you feel beautiful. And if you feel beautiful, bro, if you accept your cover, you gain confidence. And with confidence comes ambition. The only way to have ambitions and believe you can do things in your life is to believe that you can do them. And most people are just going through life with no confidence, because that's what helped me. I'm inside of here. I'm an egocentric. I'm super egocentric. I just do my best not to behave like an idiot. But since society told me, dude, you're not enough, I had to tell that to myself. I'm amazing, bro. I got this. That's what I tell people. Dude, you're a rebel. No worries. You got this, brother. That's what I try to do in the orangutan experience.
And so you're talking about the orangutan universe that you have. What's in that? So you have your media company. What are the other things that you and your wife are doing? If you don't mind bringing it up, and just also our audience might get some attention to that.
Is NFTs in there? I want to know that.
They're in development, bro. Yesterday we had an amazing meeting. I promise you, our NFTs are going to be, I want to be part of whatever is happening in the new landscape. And I'm always thinking in the future. I know right now it's a market where people are just, trying to capitalize, and it has momentum. But I want to be not good, but I want to be a conscious influence in this uncontrollable social media game. That's what I want to be. I want to be conscious and honest. What do we have in the universe? So we created this project, and only sexual. Mia, órale pocololo! Through social media, a lot of sexuality has been promoted. So we have a community that consumes us only for sexuality. So I didn't want it to be just attached to that. That's just the attention color. That's just a way I provoke people. You see the booty, but there's something behind the booty. I see in my head, like I catch people's eyes with the booty. They walk, and then they have to hear this weirdo, hear my message. So we have something called Orangutan Girls, which is an OnlyFans account right now. That project it's an OnlyFans account, but because that's the platform that has the easiest way to monetize sexuality. But I want to migrate that to another platform. It's been migrated. So the sexuality part, we monetize it on OnlyFans. We have the conscious part of optimizing our life. It's called Orangutan Care. And we have a CBD brand where we have some beauty products, and also CBD, very elite quality CBD from the best brand. The same factory that most amazing brands have. That's the same one that we have. So we have amazing CBD, and we have something called Orangutan Provoke, which is we call it entry-level sex toys, and that's for people like us. We were conservative, and in our marriage, we wanted to kill how do you say monotony? Monotonia. How do you say
Monotony,
that?
I guess, like,
Monotony.
yeah, I think the mundane
We
or
know it,
monotony, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to spice our relationship, so that helped us. We wanted to create a brand to cater to very conservative people. We don't want to freak out people. We don't want to be doing crazy toys, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to help people that we understand. That's where we come from,
And that's a very
and that's what
specific
helps
target
us.
audience too.
Oh yeah, most people. That's most people. Most people have a taboo. If I say the word sex, I'm just banned from social media now. So most people need help because I need it. I was jealous at some point in my life. I was suffering from all those society stigmas that the society gives you, and they don't realize it. It's not that I hate society, but I got out of that. So I want to help people because that's what helped me kill my anger. I was angry at the world at some point. So when I was accomplished, I'm like, dude, I feel amazing. I don't have to fuck anyone else. I don't have to tell anyone. No one is doing anything wrong. You do you, boo. Just get out of my life, and I'm gonna be me. That's kind of like what I'm doing.
Oh,
We have Orangutan, and we have an app. I've been an editor for 15 years. That's what I used to be a graphic designer first. So through Photoshop, I learned a lot, and I've been always trying to emulate with textures and color correction. So we created an amazing app called Orangutan Studio. That was our first amazing project. It's an amazing app developed by an amazing team.
and are you guys are currently based in Miami? Are you guys thinking about expanding to different states or just keeping yourself here based in locally?
Orangutan carries in different parts of the world. I wouldn't know specifically where, but a lot different parts in the world. We're trying to get to Europe now, but I understand it's in a lot of places. Now we're like 25 people. It's a big team. Even my father-in-law, he manages finances. I'm terrible with that. If you give me the money, brother, I'll expend it because I don't believe in saving money. Yeah. So I don't even have a wallet. Yeah, bro, I don't have a wallet. I don't have a phone. I have a phone, but I don't use it. I have an assistant. My wife takes care of talking to all the partners and the meetings in terms of finances. And I just can focus on being myself, being a creative until I say where we're going and they take us there. That's how I see it. Yeah, I'll tell you where they trust me. So it's working. Let's go that way. And they're like, okay, how do we make it happen? What's up?
How were you able to do that from going from just you and your wife? How were you able to scale to a team of 25? Because I know that's not an easy thing, and a lot of entrepreneurs have a hard time properly scaling a team. How were you able to do that? And how were you able to know where to put the right pieces in place?
When I was a graphic designer, I got to work with advertising agencies, and that was an amazing experience. I got rejected to be a graphic designer in an amazing agency, and I started seeing creative people working in teams, and that gave me like a science that I started studying how the landscape worked. Of course, I was intimidated because since I didn't have proper academia, I felt like I couldn't compete with them, but I felt like I was very creative. So when YouTube came, I learned all the tools that I needed to learn. Then I had a company called Octopus Studio that also taught me a lot how to deal with clients and have a team. And when I sold that company and created Orangutan, I knew what I needed to do to have people in my team that didn't compete for what I wanted. In my other company, we all want to be creative, and nobody wanted to take care of the finances or sell the project or manage a project. So naturally, I knew what I needed based on my experience, but I didn't went to business school or nothing like that. And I've been asking people for help. My father-in-law is a very accomplished academic person, so he's more than qualified to manage my company. And I'll say I give him a lot of credit right now because the company is definitely growing and working better because of him. It used to be just me being creative, like, oh, what do we work with this person and we make them do this stuff. I was just being creative, but now he's actually doing it like society does it, like real businessman does it. But it's a team, bro. It's a team. People think I look like an independent creator on social media. And the reason why we do so amazing is because we're overqualified to be independent creators. I'm competing against a kid that is shooting people in their house. Maybe they don't have the ability to deliver a lot of work. When they come to me, I've worked with famous record labels, all the record labels, you know. Christina used to work for Nickelodeon. So we have an amazing school. We're too professional for the social media game. In the social media game, most people, they became famous in their own rules. So they don't understand the commercial world. The commercial world. Yeah, we are very professional. We're very structured. The models, they talk to my booker, and they have to fill a form. After that, they have to understand it's an experience. We deliver a lot of work. I have editors that do the skin. We have a server where we have the content. Everything looks so professional. And it's so mysterious on social media that you want to participate. And I think we just over-deliver for the type of work that we do.
Man, I got to say, like you said, it really to really think that you had 25 people, man, it's incredible. Just seeing what you guys are doing on social media, to know that behind that there's 25 people moving strong in your tribe. And it's really, really cool to see how you guys are operating things and making it grow. And most importantly, one of the things I want to say that you said that stuck out is asking for help. And I think a lot of people are scared to ask for help, and they don't want to ask for help because either that ego can get in the way, or there's a trust factor that they don't want to let go of because they started something, they're scared it's going to crumble in somebody else's hands. But asking for help is huge. I say it all the time. If you want to win, you got to ask for help.
Dude, 100%. Don't get in the way. I'm actually right now in the process of looking for someone to manage the company because I want to be an artist. I want to be a creator fully, and solving problems constantly is just not allowing me to, flow state to be creative. I want Orangutan. I want to create a website called orangutan.com. Right now it's just a website where we promote our job and stuff, but I want to be able to create like a Vice for Latinos. I want to do the Vice for Latinos, and I want someone to lead the way for the company. Someone created it, and I feel like it's going to be part of it.
Love it.
So yeah, so I can focus on just being an artist. But
man, well, Mike, I gotta say, man, I really appreciate you taking your time to walk us through your journey. What you're doing, how you're starting it, what you're fueled by, and most importantly, the awareness and honesty that you've created for yourself and your life, and what you and your wife have been able to do together as a team, like you said, teammates, for this journey that you guys are together supporting each other on. Where can people connect with you? Where can people find you? The floor is yours.
Brother, go to orangutan.com. orangutan with a G at the end. Orangutan.com. That's what I want to promote the most because that's going to be my future. My future is just going to be that platform. I believe everything Orangutan is going to be on orangutan.com. And we are developing amazing projects. I don't know if I can talk about them, but let's say we're going to create a show. It's going to be streamed somewhere amazingly. So I'm super excited. And follow my wife too. I want her to be the face of Orangutan. I want to be on the back. And she has so much power, and what she's becoming right now, I'm so proud of her. Is that I want her to be the face of Orangutan in the future. So Cristina Pilo with no age, go follow her too.
Love it, absolutely love it. And the way we like to wrap it up on the Sweat It Out podcast, we do quick rapid fire, quick question, quick answer, and we move on and we crush it. You ready?
I'm not ready, but I don't mind not being ready. I'm super slow, so let's do it.
Let's go. Question number one. What's the craziest and wildest experience you ever had during one of your shoots?
Too many. Daily we have crazy experiences, but I'll say when I was fat, I had to, my wife was not here. She was in a crazy trip, and I had to shoot 4 girls in the Everglades. In the Everglades, where there was like an abandoned asylum, and I'm lactose intolerant, brother. And before the shoot, I went to Starbucks and bought a little sandwich with cheddar cheese, and throughout the whole shoot, I was shitting myself.
Oof.
And I had to tell the models, hey, wait for me in the car while I went on the bag and shit. And it was the most uncomfortable experience for me, brother, because I had to wipe my ass with my socks. And the models were looking for me all around the asylum. And when I found them, I was like, girls, I was looking for you. Where were you? That is the craziest experience I had shooting.
You told them que salió un cocodrilo ahí.
But dude, I was so ashamed because you know, you never want to look like that with women. So I don't know. It was funny. I don't mind.
Next question. So, what do you think the future of Miami holds? Do you think it's going to get bigger, or what's going to happen here?
Chamo, brother, Miami is amazing. You know, most of the people that we shoot, they're not from here. Miami's an airport from Latin America and up, and from up down. So Miami, it's going to be, I believe, bigger than New York. It's going to be huge, brother, I believe. And also another thing that I believe is the capital of Latin America. And Latinos, we are so hungry. We're going to conquer the world. I say a lot of people, you know, it's the reality today. You have to learn Asian, Chinese because, you know, potencia mundial. But Latinos, we're so hungry. People need to learn Spanish. People need to learn Spanish. So English and Spanish, because Latinos, we're going to conquer the world, brother. That's a fact.
Well, I agree. You should know both. You should know both. More opportunity. Yes. Last and final question. What is the biggest piece of advice you can leave off to all our listeners today in one single sentence?
Brother, focus on yourself. Conquer yourself. Conquer your ambition. The day you feel accomplished, that's the day you stop bothering others. Accomplish your life, and you won't be fucking anyone's life, brother. Just focus on you. It's the same cliche we always hear. Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. So just focus on you. Leave everyone, let everyone be. It doesn't matter if they don't support your journey. We're all learning, brother. We're all ignorance, and we're all the same species, and we all want to compete and exist.
Powerful.
Amen.
Powerful, man.
Boom.
Mike, I just want to say personally, thank you again. I know Brian as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This has been an honor. A lot of value bombs, a lot of really cool stuff taking us through your journey. And for all the listeners out there, the most important thing is take one single thing you learn from here and start putting it into application, all right? Like I've said it before on other pods, not tomorrow, not the next day, but today. The moment you get off this pod, you need to apply it today. Because the quicker you apply it, the more action you're going to take, and it's going to create a compound effect for the future. Man, this was awesome. This was really, really cool. And guys, if you really got a value out of this, we'd appreciate if you liked, comment, share, subscribe, leave a rating, drop a review, because the more love you show us, the more love we can show back. Till next time on the Sweat It Out podcast.